All right, thanks, guys. Coming off another real nice board member package victory yesterday on my Patreon website. We had a board member package play going, and we won another one. That's going to put us at 63% in our last 16 board member package plays on that site. We do daily premium sports picks on that Patreon site, beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. We're also 8-2 in our last 10 college basketball tier package plays on that site as well. And the good news is we have another college basketball package tier play going off today. Guys, if you're curious about that website, we have over 1,100 members right now on patreon.com/BrockPage. Link for that site is in the description section below. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some college basketball action, starting off with Indiana taking on Michigan, 1 o'clock Eastern tip-off in that game. Michigan's -8, total 138. We saw a 1-point move toward the Wolverines and movement downward on the total. Michigan opened as the 7-point favorite, up to -8, total open 139, down to 138. 51% of the consensus are leaning toward Michigan, 61% shaded toward the over. And right now, Indiana's plus 325 on the money line. Now, if you like the Hoosiers in this matchup here, just keep in mind they've dropped 4 out of their last 5 games. They're also just 1-5 against the spread as the official road team. They're averaging just 60 points per contest on the road. They're also shooting just 39% from the field in that category. Now, Michigan on the other side, after hitting a little bit of a rough patch, winners of 4 out of their last 5 straight. They've also averaged 78 points per contest this year. They have victories over the likes of Michigan State, Rutgers, and Purdue within their last 10 games. 5 out of Michigan's last 7 games did stay under the total. Indiana on the other side, 6-2 to the under away from home themselves. I'm going to lean Michigan -8 and the under 138 in that contest. Next game, Iowa versus Minnesota, 1 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Golden Gophers are -5.5 at home, total at 149 and a hook. We did see a 1-point move toward Minnesota and movement downward on the total. The Gophers open 4.5 up to -5.5. Total open 150 and a hook, down to 149 and a hook as well. 51% are leaning Minnesota, 52% shaded toward the under. And right now, Iowa's plus 205 on the money line. Now, CJ Frederick is listed as questionable for today's action for the Hawkeyes. But despite that, they're still 7-3 straight up in their last 10. The Hawkeyes rank in the top 25 in scoring on average per game. They're averaging 79 points per contest. Now, Minnesota on the other side, losers of 3 out of their last 4 themselves. They're also shooting just 42% from the field. 5 out of the Golden Gophers' last 6 games did stay under the number. So with all that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and lean Iowa Hawkeyes plus 6 and the under 149.5 in that game. And I'm going to slide into my next matchup. That is going to be Villanova taking on Temple. And that'll be a 1 o'clock Eastern tip-off in that game. Villanova's -6.5 on the road. Just kind of going right down the road there to the Liacouras Center on the campus of Temple. But anyway, Villanova -6.5, total at 140. We did see movement toward Villanova and movement upward on the total. The Wildcats open as the 6-point favorite, up to -6.5. Total open 138, up to 140. 63% are leaning Villanova, 67% shaded toward the over. And right now, Temple is plus 245 on the money line. Now, the Owls are 3-1 straight up in their last 4. They rank at the top 35 in defensive field goal percentage. Villanova, on the other side, losers of 3 out of their last 4 themselves. They also failed to cover the point spread in each and every one of those 4 games. One more thing to add about Villanova. Out of their 11 games away from home, they've successfully covered the point spread in just 4 of them. Now, 5 out of Nova's last 6 games did stay under the total. They're also 70% to the under in their last 10. Temple, 7-4 to the under on their home court. I'm going to lean Temple plus 7 after buying the hook, and the under 140 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Sunday's college basketball action. Happy Sunday to you. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. Now, before we go ahead and move on, I just got to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again we do daily premium sports picks on that website, beginning at just $1.99 per month. Guys, we improved once again yesterday in the board member package, picked up a nice victory in that package. We improved our record to 63% in our last 16 board member package plays. We're also 8-2 in our last 10 college basketball tier package plays as well. And the good news is this, we have another college basketball tier package play going off today. Guys, if you're curious about the site, we are currently over 1,100 members on the Patreon website. If you want to check it out, link for that website is in the description section below. Once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. Next game, Tulane. Wichita State, 2 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Shockers are minus 15.5, total at 136. We saw a half a point move toward Wichita State and movement downward on the total. The Shockers open 15, up to minus 15.5. Total open 136.5, down to 136. 57% are leaning Wichita State, 58% shaded toward the over. Right now, Tulane is plus 1150 on the money line. And if you like the Green Wave in this game here, they are 5-2 against the spread as the official road team. They have successful covers over the likes of Houston, Temple, and UConn within their last 10 matchups. They're currently shooting 36% from downtown. Now, Wichita State, on the other side, losers of 3 out of their last 4 themselves. They also failed to cover the point spread in 7 out of their last 9. They're shooting just 40% from the field this year, and they've successfully covered the point spread in just 6 out of their 14 home games. Now, total-wise, Tulane is 4-0 to the over in their last 4, 8-5 to the over away from home. I'm going to lean toward Tulane, plus 15.5, and the over 136 in that contest. Next game, Memphis, UConn, 3 o'clock Eastern tip-off. UConn's minus 4, total 137.5. We saw a 1-point move toward the Huskies and movement upward on the total. UConn open as the 3-point favorite, up to minus 4. Total open 137, up to 137.5. 61% are leaning Memphis, 53% on the over. Right now, the Memphis, they are plus 170 on the money line. Now, Memphis has lost their last 2 straight. They're also averaging just 63 points per contest on the road. They're shooting just 39% from the field in that same category. Now, UConn on the other side, they successfully covered the point spread in 7 out of their last 9. They're also 10-3 straight up on their home court. They're giving up just 65 points per contest. And, well, their opponents are shooting just 39% from the field on their home court. Now, 5 out of UConn's last 6 games did get over the number. Meanwhile, Memphis 4-2 to the over in their last 6. I'm going to lean UConn minus 4 and the over 137.5 in that contest. Next game, Evansville taking on Drake. 4 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Drake's minus 11, total at 137. We saw a 1-point fade of Drake and movement downward on the total. They open minus 12, down to minus 11. Total open 138, down to 137. 60% are leaning Drake, 64% on the under. Right now, the Purple Aces of Evansville, they are plus 540 on the money line. Now, Evansville, they've successfully covered the point spread in 5 out of their last 6. Meanwhile, Drake, just 1-3 against the spread in their last 4 themselves. 40% against the spread in their last 10. This Drake defense is allowing their opponents to shoot 37% from downtown. Now, total-wise, Evansville, 70% to the under in their last 10. I'm going to lean Evansville, plus 11, and the under 137 in that contest. Next matchup, it is going to be San Diego State taking on Boise State, 4 o'clock Eastern tip-off in that contest. The Aztecs are minus 5.5 on the road, total at 140. We saw a half a point fade of San Diego State and movement upward on the total. The Aztecs opened as the 6-point favorite, down to minus 5.5. Total open 139 up to 140. 65% are leaning Aztecs, 69% on the over. Right now, Boise State is plus 205 on the money line. Now, San Diego State, they are currently undefeated on the year, 25-0 straight up on the season thus far. They're also a very impressive 11-1 against the spread away from home. The Aztecs rank in the top 25 in road scoring, top 3 in road field goal percentage. They're averaging 76 points per contest on the road this year. They're also shooting 49.5% from the field when they travel. Now, offensively as well, they're shooting 38.1% from beyond the arc on the road as well. San Diego State, top 5 in points allowed, top 10 in road defensive rebounding. They're allowing 60 points per contest on the road as well. San Diego State, 5-1 to the over in their last 6, 8-4 to the over away from home. I'm going to lean San Diego State minus 5.5 and the over 140 in that contest.